bottle, it's normally stories that come with that. Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry, sometimes you just remember some good shit. Welcome to the Bottom of the Bottle podcast.
What's going on, good people? Y'all know what time it is, man. Look, it is the Saturday Night Live Shenanigans, man. It's the Bottom of the Bottle podcast. I am your host, Jay Walker III. That's my co-host, Carolina Dirt 803. What's good with you?
Man, it was a fantastic everyday Saturday for the brothers of BOTB. We lived life like we normally do on the weekend. As you say, living for the weekend, and we did that today.
That's for sure. That's why we probably getting a late start. It's going to be on me, man. Look, I had a couple of adult beverages that kind of put me in the mind of some NyQuil. Just kind of did me bad overall, man. So we should have been here 30 minutes ago, but we here now. Today, my family, my people, young Meek, y'all seen her on the Under the Tree podcast. Y'all seen her on the Bottom of the Bottle. She is here with us this evening for tonight's discussion. Meek, what it do?
What's up, fellas?
Oh man, so good to have
Hello,
you here. How
ma'am.
you doing today?
It's good to see you guys one more time.
Absolutely.
One more time.
Absolutely. So we just gonna pop this thing off like we normally do, man. We gonna do what we call first call. First call is 10 questions. I got 5. My brother got 5. Ain't no right or wrong answer. Just kind of how you feel in the moment based on the question. All right. We gonna go pizza or burritos.
Pizza for me.
Yeah, I'm a pizza person myself.
It's a kind of
Had
burrito
burritos
that I
yesterday,
want. Yeah. 9 times out of 10.
I had burrito, yeah.
Tropical or mountainous?
Tropical.
Okay. Fruity or strong when it comes to your drinks?
I love a fruity drink. I need something to sneak up on me.
Okay. I can dig it. Superhero, okay. What's your superpower? All the superpowers you can choose. What you gonna?
Storm.
I'm
I'm
conjurer.
yeah. I want to be Storm.
Okay.
There's all kinds of different storms.
This is true. This is very true. And this is my question. I don't see how truthful you're gonna be, man. What car got you in the most trouble growing up?
Well, I had an Oldsmobile. Yeah, big old Oldsmobile. That, plenty of good and bad memories.
I can tell by the way you released that breath. That's my 5, Carolina. What you got for cuz?
A good one. Would you rather have an ice cream parlor or like a slushy parlor?
That's something like a tie, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like ice cream, and sometimes I feel like a slushy. That's a tie for me.
You don't want to just throw one in there for the as you feel right now. Right now, how you feel?
Well, icy, a slushy.
All right. Since you into traveling, give me one country you want to go to that you haven't yet.
Dubai.
Everybody says Dubai. You know, cuz went to Dubai last year. Malik.
Yeah. That has always been my place that I want to go ever since I was younger.
Yeah, that's dope. A trailer, double wide trailer, brand spanking new. We'll say a big, let's say a big ass double wide, 2,000 square feet trailer, or apartment in the sky, New York, Miami, somewhere like that.
I'll take the trailer.
Trailer.
Keep me on the ground.
Yeah. if you're looking for a brand new house, let's say you're getting a house built or you look for a house, what's one thing you got to have? Big yard, big kitchen. What's one thing you got to have?
A big closet.
Yeah, I seen your feet. I seen your feet. I seen your feet. I guess I'll say the last one, and I brought it to you last week. What's your best memory of a family reunion? What's one thing we got to have at every family reunion?
That's out there.
It is. It is. Like an event or a cookout or fish fry. What's something we got to have at every family reunion?
I say the cookout.
All right. That was first call.
Followed by like the Soul Train line. Everybody thinking this. So we gonna get to it, man. Look, the state of the world is kind of crazy right now, man. Groceries high as shit, gas high as shit, violence high as shit. People wanting to be responsible or irresponsible for shit that go on in this country. The amount of lies being told is high as shit, man. How you feeling these days? Like, for you, Mika, how you feeling about life these days?
Right now, the world is at an uproar. You know, I don't want to be panicky or whatever, but I'm looking around so much now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, man.
The people that you think are not going to be the crazies are the crazies.
Yeah. Do you think that was, or either one of y'all, if we didn't have COVID but the economy still went down, y'all think it'd still be this bad? Like, COVID was the trigger. That's why I say that. COVID was.
I don't think it could have.
So we didn't have COVID
without COVID. I think COVID was.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think COVID was how to get people in line to do what's going on right now, to deal with what we got going on right now.
So if you take out the quarantine,
because how else do you explain if you stop all labor for a certain amount of time, knowing that human beings consume as much as they do in a certain amount of time, you can justify why things might not be in place per se. You know what I'm saying?
But it's positive.
I think a lot of it, we're blaming it on COVID a lot, but a lot of it is United States problem because we're greedy, we love money. I mean, all this industry out there that's abandoned because we want to save a dime and ship all of our products overseas to be made. And I mean, nothing is really made in the good old USA. So that's why we have a lot of problems.
Because USA want to put a price tag.
Yeah, we can't find this. We can't. I mean, a little old screw. Oh, we have to wait till China send it. Well, guess what? China will shut the hell down.
Right.
And China gonna shut down every time they get one little test positive. They shutting down.
Yeah. I mean, we need to start making stuff back over here. We were the strongest industrialized nation. Now it's pathetic because of the almighty dollar.
Right. We task all of that.
Go ahead.
We task all of that out to all these other countries in the sake of,
saving a dollar.
All of that shit for the sake of a dollar. Unemployment is going up. You trying to convince me that it costs more to make these things here. By the time you place the order, get the order inspected, ship the order, distribute the order, that's all the money you save right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I'm saying? Not only that, you taking away time. Because like all these ships that sit on the coast full of product, then you say we don't got enough people with CDLs to drive. Then the experienced drivers are retiring. Then you got these new people that think they can just get into the industry and drive these 18-wheelers and can barely drive a damn Honda Civic. It's like, it's going crazy. Like I talked to somebody just about the transportation part, and they're like, there's so many people trying to underbid people that there's really not as much money out there. But then I see people saying, there's money out there. I guess it's just how you look at it, the perception of what you're trying to do as far as your business and what you're trying to do as far as
you got
financial.
truckers that have kind of they banded together like they not moving shit because
Not
of the
moving
cost
shit.
of fuel. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you got your own truck, you know what I'm saying? By the time you take care of maintenance, your next biggest thing is going to be fuel costs. And if you got 1, 2, 3 trucks, you don't have the infrastructure that say a Swift has to run 5,000 trucks. You know what I'm saying? Like at gas is almost $5. We got the cheapest gas in the country at almost $5 a gallon. Cause that is bananas. And what's even worse than that is, I forget who said, I don't know if it was the Daily Show or CNN or what, but these gas companies, BP, you know, the head of these, they was like, these motherfuckers had a 300% increase in profitability.
Increase.
How can you tell me that you had a 300% increase in profit, while I'm over here trying to get to work every day?
Well, what they said was when COVID happened, and from my understanding, when COVID happened, they shut down, that they stopped producing as much gas because people weren't driving. But they were optimistic, saying every day we're going to get past COVID, we're going to get past it. But they lowered how much they produced because less people was driving. Now we came out of COVID, everybody hit the streets. They're saying they're trying to keep up with producing as much gas as possible, so they're raising the price. So if you think about it, these BP gases, they're still doing the same thing they were doing, but they're making more money because they're just saying there's less gas out there.
They raised the prices before, like what happened to the fuel you had stored? They were raising prices consistently since the news that they was going to raise the prices. You know what I'm saying? So there was never any cushion saying that, okay, well, we got 50 billion gallons of crude oil.
Well, they did release some of it. They did. The government released a little bit, not the companies itself, but the government did release some of that a couple times, but not enough to say that you got to raise your prices and then you come up 300% on profit.
Because just last month it was going down a little bit, and all of a sudden, booyah!
I feel like that shit went down like one day for like it went to like 318, and then I remember maybe a couple days later it was like 312, and then like the day after that it was 328, and it just kept going up and up and up since then. Like in a time right now where you got the most motherfuckers bailing on the work industry and just deciding to try to make whatever happens with their own hands and their own feet, live and die by that. I feel like it's kind of a punishment for those people taking that chance. You feel me? Those people that don't want to go to work and don't want to get a traditional W-2, because if I make $9.25 an hour and I worked all week and I come home and my check is $308, I drive a Dodge Charger. I'm spending consistently $70. I'm spending a third of my goddamn check just to get to go there to make the same amount of money. Like, how long do the masses figure that we can survive with the rate of inflation as it is?
Mm-hmm.
It's not. They're gonna have to either release a stimulus because they can't control the price. So they're gonna have to either release a gas stimulus, or they're gonna have to figure out a way to produce more gas. Because if you think about it, like Elon Musk said he want all his workers back in office. You gotta think, these people been working at home for 2 years, and he wants them back in office. He said, if you don't come back in office, then I think you got another job. So you got people making 70, 80,000 in California. So let's say you got 100,000 people that work for Tesla, and out of 100,000, let's say 60,000 live in California. You already know the live in California ain't cheap
at all.
So for you not to go back to work, being scared of COVID, is like you gotta draw that line. Like, should you go back to work? or sit at home because, like you said, the gas is high as shit now. In California, what, $8, $9 for premium? So now you've been sitting on a lot of money for 2 years of gas money that you ain't even spending. So you've been spending on clothes, you've been spending on remodeling the house, you've been spending on stocks, you've been spending on everything else, and now you got to include that shit. That's a bill.
You look at the amount of money that you
the
save.
food. You're at home, so you gotta buy food. Food is expensive.
You gotta buy food.
And then if you whatever you see today, it's a must. You have to get it because when you go 2 days later, they don't have anything in the store.
They don't have shit. They don't have, man, my Family Dollar by the house, they lack so much shit that employees don't even wear the Family Dollar badge. I done seen dude work behind the cash register, some black jeans and a white tee. I was like, bro, you still work here? He started laughing.
So they be picking up people off the street trying to get somebody in there. I mean, it's
a pack of chicken wings almost $30. I said, damn.
Yeah, they wildin'.
I might need to get me my own chicken.
You got the space for it.
Yeah, you got the space.
You got the space for it.
Let's
all put it on some chickens.
Hey, that's what you gonna do, me. You gonna start raising chickens.
Yeah, shit, yeah. It's crazy, but you got to look at all the things that are connected to it. So you went home. Just off of you going home, your electricity bill's gonna go up. You know what I'm saying?
We want our money. Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? So your electricity went up. You, like you said, you might save money on gas. The only other thing that you probably save money on is childcare. Childcare is super high.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if you did go home, that's probably one of the first things you did in order to survive is if you got a kid under 2, you probably talking $400 or $500 a week in some places. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
So that's $2,000 a month.
Depending on their complications, it's more than that.
Right, depending on what kind of
yeah. You got some kids out here that need like the Similac shit. You got some babies out here that need certain formula. So what they were paying before has then doubled now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a whole nother bill. And if you a new parent, that's a bill you wasn't expecting. Because you didn't know your child needed that formula. Now they need that formula. Gas going up. They had a lady said she paid like $100 for a can of formula because of price gouging.
Yeah, that's nuts, man. I don't know what the end game is, and I don't know how long we can continue to survive like this. Like the powers that be, the people that make the choices, like it's all good because you got somebody at the NRA sliding you a check for $500,000 at a time. Like, hey, make sure they don't take our guns. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I think most politicians probably went into it with the idea that they can make a change, but then they get to the system and they see how the system works and they just they begin to be selfish. You know, that you see that everybody else is doing the same thing. So you allow the same bullshit to continue and you just reap the benefits of your state. Like I saw a list of all the people getting paid by the NRA cousin. We're not talking about no little checks.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm talking about? You talking $250,000 to $500,000 donations in some states. You know what I'm saying? But something got to give. Something's got to give, man. Like it's too hard on the average everyday person. And all of that shit ties into crime going up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like every day you create a new criminal, not because they want to be a criminal, but out of necessity. So every day, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna tie that like places on the river, Broad River, $1,400 for a 3-bedroom. You got people that are barely making it. Like in Columbia, they about to tear down all the what we call the hood project apartments. They about to tear all of them down. Them people got to go somewhere. They got to go somewhere because if they don't, survival instincts kick in. So now you putting somebody at risk because they can't afford gas. Now you done kick them out. So now they got to afford gas. They got to afford last month rent, next month rent, and continue to pay the rent. And
Right.
I read some where they're saying, well, you can get assistance, but now you have to work. You have to have a job and work so many hours to get the assistance now. So
Back to
people are
that
gonna commit
essential
crimes and
worker
do
shit.
whatever else. Yeah. So now we back to what you were talking about. Crime is gonna go up because
Mhm.
once again, if it's my child eating and drinking or having shelter, and me having to go out there and decide, do I really care this person I don't know? A lot of people don't care about that. They gonna pick their child with that person they don't know because shit getting bad.
Yep.
I don't know, man. Like I say, I'm blessed and fortunate enough to, in my life be able to continue to be stable. But I'll be honest, I don't know how long that can continue based on shit continuing to
Hmm.
be where it's at. You
Well,
feel me?
let me ask you something, Meek. And it's gonna sound weird, but it makes sense because every culture does it except for us.
Yeah.
You have no. What I'm saying is, you have space on your property.
Yes.
Would you accept one of your siblings to move in because the way the economy is going? Like, just put something on your property. Like, if you got, let's say you got a football field in your backyard, would you say, all right, if you're gonna sell your house, you can go 50 yards deep and build something back there, and we split what I'm already paying?
With my siblings, yeah.
I think that's a problem because they say, and the word is, that's how you see so many people of the Indian descent own gas stations. They bring each other in and they
Hmm.
split everything till one gets on. You have people of Mexican or Spanish, whatever you want to call them. They do the same
They do
thing.
the same thing.
They do. But why do we take so much pride in saying we did it on our own and we got our own? When
Oh,
now, especially
because
now,
yeah, that has changed. Once upon a time, everybody was on great granddad's property. And now since that's just like the church.
yeah.
Everybody that believe in God, but since when we get a little change in our pocket, ching-a-ling, ching-a-ling, we forget about family, we forget about the church, we forget about everything since we got money.
Some of that is
But
the curse, though. So some of that is the curse of us not doing right by being prepared to transition.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, God bless the dead, our grandfather he had shit together, but whenever every family don't have that. So this
Mhm.
person was the head of the family. He mysteriously or passes away unexpectedly. Nobody knows who's in charge of what. Everybody want a piece of what's left. And
Mhm.
that starts to tear down. That's why brothers don't get along with brothers and cousins don't get along with cousins because people don't take the time. That's the importance of preparing for your transition.
Mhm.
It's to keep
Mhm.
that shit down to a minimum and allowing people not to benefit from your demise, but to not be jealous and greedy about some shit. If I know I'm not getting nothing, at 40, and then all of a sudden I do get something when you pass away, that's a totally different feeling than,
Mhm.
well, shit. Let me say, it's one, two, it's four of us. He got this, and this. I know I want this. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Mhm.
the sad part in our community is people want to pick what the fuck they want. You didn't work for it. You know what I'm saying? You just want to lay claim to it. But I think that's something that does have to change. Like I said, it's kind of breaking that curse. If you prepare for your transition and let people know, we like to keep secrets all the time. And then the secrets don't be worth a damn. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what granddaddy gonna do when he died. We don't know how much money he got. He ain't got no goddamn money. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? You gonna wait all that time. He ain't got nobody, no motherfucking money, and y'all been at each other neck over some shit that was never coming no fucking way.
Yeah. especially now because the way the economy is, like that goes back to the economy. Like you didn't get yourself ready for, and nobody knew this shit was gonna happen. But because you can't get along with a certain sibling or a certain aunt or a certain uncle, a certain friend, like now the economy is bad, you don't have nobody to turn to because now everybody's for themselves. If I had land or whatever, and it was passed down to me, and the way this world is going, somebody say, I can't afford my mortgage. Let's say $900 a month plus whatever bills. Hey, can I live on a piece of your land? I'll build my own shed. I'll build it by hand. I just feel like we all winning if that happens because my mortgage is gonna cut cheap, my property tax gonna cut cheap, and I'm saving somebody, but still not. I'm saving somebody that could be the same person that knock on my door and take everything I got. Because family gonna be the ones that rob you just as fast as a stranger, because they know what you got. They know where it is.
You know,
I would even allow my brothers to stay with me. Not forever now, but stay with me for a particular time. We'll say, and I know they would allow me to. You know that's what we okay. We got to come up with a plan. Here's our plan. Because I got some rough riders as brothers there.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and I'm a rough rider too. We got my problems.
Exactly. Like, God forbid the revolution start, and you gotta you gonna do better with the more people you have. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at stuff like, and we're not talking to that level. You gotta look at like David Koresh and Waco and all that shit. But just imagine if you had regular, reasonable people. You had a compound of 40 acres. You got 4 or 5 families on this property. It is definitely easier to protect your family in that group, in that large group, than it is to be out here on your own or trying to move around the country to gain resources or safety or shelter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Again, it's the lesson in all of this shit is you got to stop burning these fucking bridges because you never know when you're gonna need somebody. More times than not, you're gonna need somebody before you don't need them.
Yep. Is that pride? Everybody got so much pride.
Yeah. No, I feel you, and I think that's where the world is. I actually think the world is resetting. The world is trying to make you decide what you value. If you think about it, everything that we're doing is what you value because family, friends, and everything has been offset these last several decades. It's not what it used to be. And let's talk on the truth, we talked about it a lot. A lot of stuff we used to do as family and friends, we don't do anymore. We're all on the internet. We're on the phone. We're doing all sorts. Because the COVID and the way the economy is going, it's starting to make us reset how we think and what's valuable and what's not valuable. But
that would be cool if it wasn't people benefiting off of this shit. It's people benefiting
that too.
Off of the struggle that we got going on. Like if the world was resetting, you know what I'm saying? If the earth was regurgitating and setting shit back right and the ice caps went back to ice caps and the air got cleaner and the water got cleaner, like I'm all for that. But we got these people that are supposed to be representatives of the people just kind of skimming.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Just taking money and building their fucking families up, you know what I'm saying, in what is supposed to be a civil position. It's supposed to be for the greater good. And motherfuckers ain't about the greater good no more. They're about self.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like we gotta go back to having values, man. We got to have family values. We got to have friend values. We got to understand what's real and what's fake. Because even though everything high, I still see people out there doing dumb shit with their money. I'm saying it's dumb all around. It's not just dumb because I see it. It's just dumb all around because if there's people at rim time,
that's for sure.
But if you sitting at rim time, are your priorities correct with the way the world is going? Not saying there's nothing wrong with you getting rims on your car.
No, there's something wrong with
stuff like
rims right now. Gas $5 a gallon.
Gas $5 a gallon. That's
But
what I'm saying.
if they can afford it, if they can afford
If they can't afford
True
it,
that.
but if they can't afford it, but you don't. The way the world's going, you don't know what's coming around the corner. Like I say, that baby shortage. They said there's a tampon shortage. Maybe they're throwing shortages out there, regardless. But they said there's a tampon shortage. So it could be true, it could not be true. But the fact that they stated it means the price of tampons are going up. You see what I'm saying? It's just that simple. So if the price of tampons going up, then what else gonna go up next? And you out here buying rims. Now your old lady, you mad because you got your old lady instead of her being able to afford her tampons herself. Now you mad every month that you got to get her extra $15, $20. You ain't want to give her $40 for her.
$40.
Yeah, everything ain't $40 for us.
We get $40 from.
I don't know. I just threw that out there. I just threw that out there.
Somebody that don't have no sense of feminine products and hygiene.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even dare throw no number out there.
I don't know. I just threw the number out there. You know my man said don't do math live. I just threw it out there.
Don't do math live when you drink it.
Yeah, and I've been drinking.
These just done raised the price of cutting a man's hair.
Right.
I went someplace one day. I was like, well, damn, I knew that's not what I saw in Charleston. This man was charging $65 to cut.
Oh, hell no.
Hair. What kind of hair he got?
Hell no.
Bad beard gang all day long. That's why.
Yeah, bad beard gang.
Let me tell you, I will buy some clippers if I was a man to learn how to cut my own damn hair.
I do. And that's the end of the day. That's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need more information in between the people. It's somebody right now that got a whole room in their house still full of toilet paper. Like all that ignorant shit that happened when the pandemic happened and everybody went out and took all the toilet paper off the shelf. That shit is in somebody's house right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That and
they wish they could give that damn toilet paper away to get some gas. Now don't nobody give a fuck about a toilet paper shortage.
They get
they better get a cloth and put some water in it and wipe their ass. That's what they
Okay. Hey, well, look, I was just taking extra showers. I don't pay for water. I live in an apartment because shit, I take an extra shower on you.
I mean, people was fighting too, boy. No.
Right. So Meek, with your background, what problems do you see forecasting? With your background, do you see something that's gonna hurt the county?
The municipalities ain't never gonna suffer, man.
I'm talking about like as far as like residents affording what they.
Yeah, it's hard out here, but then on the flip side, when you go to fast food, these fast food places, I mean, closed. I went to go get something at 7:00 one day, and it was closed. And I knocked on. I said, "Y'all are closed. We don't have anyone to work."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Okay, it's great." I mean, when you see Wendy's and Popeyes and everybody else offering a bonus to work, you know it's hard out here. You know that they can't find people to come to work. When I was young, boy, I was so tired of my mom and daddy and their mouth or whatever because I want these jeans that cost blah, 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 blah. We came up in the era, whatever they buy, you gonna wear.
You gonna wear.
Whatever food
Faded glory, cuz.
the
Walmart boy was off.
But now, these kids got choices. They go to the 8th grade prom with shoes that's $600. So 8th grade prom? How do grades?
I don't even remember who my 8th grade teacher was. So I know I wouldn't have remembered the prom.
I was so when I worked at Bilo. You couldn't tell me I wasn't the best Bilo worker there. I was the best Bilo
I'll tell you that.
ever hired.
Mean. You just mean.
And then we got paid every Friday too, and I could cash my check in the store.
In the store, yeah. I worked at
Bilo.
Some change an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, Bottle was gangster for that, like, cause I worked at Bottle for a little bit myself, and they like you to do that shit.
Sure.
It's,
Did
it's
that? Got the
crazy.
damn Bottle brand Doritos. You remember the Bottle brand Doritos?
Tortilla.
Hey.
They didn't even put the accent on them. They was
Man,
tortillas.
them things been good, man. Them things were good.
I worked at Bottle for a little bit.
And the only thing I couldn't
It's-
say were people, who's Walter? I'm Walter.
Walter Fresh, ain't it?
I just wish we were in a position where like that shit mattered. Like, and I think a lot of that is, you know, parents are way too understanding. They're not making these kids go work. You know what I'm saying? For us, working was our first semblance into independence. Like, my parents never made no motherfucking confusion about this shit. You gonna work. If you want it, you gonna work. As a matter of fact, if you don't want it, you gonna work. Because that's just what you gotta do. And nowadays, I just look at when you run into people on average, man, you see a grandmother out there 60 years old, and her 40-year-old son never got married, never left the house, and there was never nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, we not putting people in a position to work. You know what I'm saying? And then these kids will just quit. Like, if you hurt somebody's feelings nowadays, they'll quit.
Oh man, they feel
Man, I had a
easy to
conversation
get
about
hurt.
that yesterday. I had
It was easily to get hurt, man. I'm looking at them like, what? And oh my, I don't like to apologize, okay? So
Right.
you know, I'm a work in progress.
Hey.
But when you say something to some of these young kids, and I'm like, oh, you hurt my feelings, Miss Tamika. I'm like, well, damn, you couldn't be in my family because you would be crying every damn day.
And that's just at dinner.
Hey, I had a conversation about that. I had a conversation about that yesterday and another time this week. Like, my mama is, well, my mom and dad, but my mom, she is cutthroat. I ain't gonna care about your feelings. So when I go to the workforce, and I told her stuff I was dealing with at, you know, at work, and I'm talking to her, she always been like, so what you gonna do about it?
What you gonna do?
Like, yeah, it ain't no, I'm sympathizing. I went through the same. No, it ain't that. You need a check. You need to keep a job until you find something better. You got to deal with the BS that's there. And I think that's where it is, because once again, it goes back to where the economy is. People quit their job and took that $900, which was, it's a lot of money. But if you don't think in the future, if you can't handle what's in the future, now you're in a predicament that you're in now.
Yeah.
You had the $900. You didn't think about it. You didn't think the world's going to return. The world returned. Now you need to make a choice. Do I need to get a job? Because I'm not getting a stimulus no more. Do you get a job or not get a job? These people are picking not get a job.
Right, because
like you said, they get
it don't hit the same as $900.
And the stamps.
Well,
the stamps
also the feelings
for them too. I need some stamps.
$400 working. Nah, $400 working is not the same as $900 giving.
Exactly.
Period.
No, I'm just talking about the feelings. Like when you go back to work, people hurting my feelings. That type shit. I'm gonna quit this job. I see people get jobs all the time now because everybody's hiring because they didn't like one thing. You got to deal with it because Social Security's running out. Put it like this. All right, Social Security's running out. So 401k is gonna be your new Social Security. They are saying,
well, right now it's at the bottom because
it is. But it's something.
And that be hurting me because when I be looking, I be like, wait a minute, y'all got money.
You fucking with my change, cuz. I'm telling you.
Hey, but this is what they're gonna do. They're saying now, in the future, the near future, regardless if you're working part-time or not, they're gonna make you invest in the 401k. And every year it's gonna go up 1%. You have to physically go in there and take yourself out of 401k because there's not going to be no Social Security. And they said that's a problem now because a lot of older people are having to go back to work, or they're gonna be broke because there's no Social Security is running out.
Well, that would be cool if you could guarantee me no loss. You want me to contribute 401k, and you want me to take the loss too.
But if you don't have no Social Security, some people are banking on Social Security. Think about it, Social Security been around for a while. People are banking on that when they turn 65. They not
Well,
gonna have that.
the problem was we all put money in Social Security and they don't do the right thing. They spend
True.
our
Right.
Social Security on other foolishness. The money
Yeah.
is there. It's been there. That's
They-
just like unemployment. Okay, I've been putting stuff in unemployment since I was 15. So when I get unemployment, because I was never laid off, and if I get laid off tomorrow, you mean to tell me you just giving me $300 something? What happened to my money that I
Period.
put in since I was 15?
Period.
They should keep track of your own money, right?
My money.
Well, I
Right.
think they should keep track of your own money. It's your Social Security. If you've been working this type of job and you did this, you can track my Social Security number. So I should get paid according to my Social Security number of all the years I don't work.
You would think.
Instead of being a flat line bracket.
Because the government see, we know how to rob Peter to pay Paul, and the government does it too. But they just do it on the slide. They're more better at it. They rob Peter
Right.
to pay Paul.
They
too.
not better.
That's why they taking out Social Security.
Yeah, they don't have to explain
No,
it. I don't think
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm about to say. They
explain it.
write it. Yeah, it ain't better. It's just worded for them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
I think it goes back to something else we talked about what they teach us in school or teach the kids in school. If you teach kids in school how to balance a checkbook and a credit card and invest and stuff like that, it's gonna better them in the future, especially with times like this, because they say history repeats itself. So let's say in 50 years this shit come back.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do? We ain't gonna be here.
We'll be lucky.
Yeah,
We'll be lucky if we hold it off 50 years.
we'll
It'll be another goddamn pandemic in the next 5, more than likely. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, they say the monkeypox is here.
Yeah,
I don't
whatever
even wanna talk
that
that shit up.
is. They
Yeah,
always
right.
do something. But you know what? Down here
Yeah.
we have started in the schools. I think it's with Heritage Trust or something. Well, I think they changed their name to Truist or something. But it's called Reality of Money. We do it in high school, and that program is because my job participates in it. We volunteer to do it. You have it's different scenarios. So we give you like a little card or a paper, whatever. And the scenario is, okay, you're married, you have 2 children, you only make such and such money. You only have 1 car between you and your wife. This is what your monthly rent is, blah blah blah. And it teaches you you have to balance things. So when the kids come, like if say I'm the mortgage person, and I'll be extra. Okay,
I know you be acting up.
Ma'am, I really don't have the money this month. They have to say, they really don't have the money this month. Well, you're not getting a deferment because I just gave you one last month.
Okay.
Either you're gonna have that payment, or we coming to get our house. And they be like, oh, so when the course is finished, they be like, oh my gosh, now I see what mom and dad goes through when I be asking for this or that. Because they don't get the realization until, this little thing. But it's very interesting. I don't know if they do it up here, but we do it to various high schools. It's called Reality of Money.
And that's what needs to happen as far as getting the younger generation into a model of survival. Getting them into a model of everything now is an excuse. Everything now is a bailout. You know what I'm saying? And that's the other thing with the government. Like, we bailed out multi-billion-dollar fucking companies that made money the whole goddamn time. We ain't never just bailed out goddamn John Doe.
Mm-hmm.
You want to audit me because I ain't do taxes 2 years ago. Well, I ain't make no money 2 years ago.
Hey, but I gotta play devil advocate on this. When they were giving out money to small businesses and these made up small businesses,
This is true.
I'm like, hey, y'all got $20,000. What did you do? I ain't never used to see you cut a damn grass in my damn life.
Right.
Oh,
You're right.
You got a boutique. What's the website? May I see your clothing? So it's the flip side for everything.
But they getting the scammers. Scammers is on borrowed time. Scammers on borrowed time.
Yeah, they didn't know that it was going to be publicized.
Right. I knew it. I knew it because it's the government. The government ain't just gonna give you no strings attached. Like they gonna make it seem like it's no strings attached, but as long as you got a social security number, it's attached.
And some people they actually audit
And
it.
who?
Because when I went to go file my tax, some people was in there, and the girl was like, "Well, don't cry. What's your can I see some stuff that you do with your business?" Oh my gosh, the IRS is coming. They ain't stopped yet now. They still coming to get some more people.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
The IRS, everybody say, don't play with the IRS. You can, hey, that's 3 letters you do not want to deal with the IRS. I mean, and the other thing is like now, I think they said they're giving, they're helping with $30 billion to the Ukraine or whatever, as far as defense or whatever. That 30 billion can help. That 30 billion can help somebody here. I don't care if it's not real money. I don't care if it's just the tanks, the guns, the personnel, paperwork. But you got people here within the country that's losing their house, losing their car,
Living
losing
on
a
the
chance.
streets.
Yeah,
Let me tell you,
losing a chance for education.
I went to Seattle last month.
It's the homeless capital of the world, ain't it?
I wanted to cry how much homeless people was on the streets and all these abandoned buildings. Come on, man, it's cold in Seattle. I mean, those abandoned can it be made up into a soup kitchen and these people get come there at night like a particular time or it's too cold for them people to be out there on the street living in a box.
And it's always raining in Seattle.
In what is supposed to be the leading country on the planet.
Oh my God, it's crazy. A lot of those people don't want to be homeless. Like I ran into someone and they were living in their car. The only reason why they were living in their car because they can't afford rent. So they go to the nearest truck stop. They do the little shower thing. They iron their clothes at the truck stop. They don't want to be homeless, but they can't afford rent because it's too expensive. That makes no sense. Even
Zero
as a
sense.
mother, if you got a couple of kids, if you have to live in the car, not because you don't have a job, not because you're lazy, you can't afford rent. You can't afford a place to live. Okay, then they go, well, try Section 8. There's a waiting list.
Right. Right.
There's so many people out there that need help. And then you got to be way below the poverty level to get food stamps.
Man, when I had my situation with my daughter and we was financially stretching everything, they tried to say I made too much and I didn't, like with time taking off the help and the bills and everything. I was like, I didn't make enough. Like I think they put
you made too much. They're not considering your daughter. They're not considering your lady not working. They're not considering your other daughter. You know what I'm saying? They just saying you make too much, Festus.
Mm-hmm.
They saying I make too much, and I'm just like, bro, I barely make with one person. With one person, like me, if I would take care of myself, I would make it, but I would barely make it. I just think that they're not. And the congressmen and everybody else, they got $40,000 worth of furniture in their office. They got a $1.2 million house. They got a $80,000 vehicle. They got security. They got this. They got this and this.
And don't have to worry about shit. They're gonna get that till they die. Stop giving these people positions that they can die in.
Mm-hmm.
Stop doing that, man. That's the one thing in politics that I never understood, man. You get voted in to the Senate, and until you get voted out, you just got a job.
And then after a while, they don't do nothing. Like Lindsey Graham. They don't do nothing.
Like Lindsey Graham. I'll say it.
Oh my God. All you do is this. You know what I call? Can I cuss on this thing?
I've been cussing.
Yeah.
Every time I see him talk, I said, this bickering bitch here.
Just like a female. He sound like a female. If you never saw him and just heard him, he sound like a female.
Oh my gosh.
Never been married in your life. I know you like it. I know you like boys.
I mean,
shit.
It should be a cap. It should be a cap.
It should be a cap.
If you're going to be if you're gonna be in a lifetime position and you get your salary lifetime, when all these sponsors and what they call them something different in politics. It escaped me now. They're not boosters. They're not sponsors. But either way, like all that money that people are giving you, the NRA is giving you. This particular green program is trying to get funding, so they contributing to you. All that contribution money should go to your constituents after a while. You just get a chance to make all the money that you make doing a subpar job that had a decent pay wage. You already get $200,000 a year, but you get $1 million fucking dollars in contributions a year. That's bananas.
Not only that, like even
then it's our fault too because we keep voting these fools back in.
Well, they said that. They said most motherfuckers that go vote, they just go and they see a name that they recognize and they hit the button on that name. Most people won't involve themselves in politics enough to know that this rat bastard should have been gone 3 elections ago.
And they be going on these retreats and these conferences and these dinners that are $2,000 a plate. Like you got people $2,000 a plate, and you might not even eat all your food, but you got people out here.
The food is nasty.
Right.
They go for the drinks, okay? Don't ask me how I know.
Look, Pastor asked a quick question because do y'all think South Carolina ever be a blue state? Not in our lifetime. Not in our lifetime.
It's not as red.
Okay.
I got to see this.
There's so much that got to change, and as our parents said and their parents said, it won't be in our lifetime.
Right.
And that's basically the sad part. For it to turn blue, it'd have to be something drastic.
Yeah, we have so much people that don't want to vote.
Right.
Well, people are tired. Some people are uneducated, and some people just tired.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see what happens because, like, you will vote, and they will have a whole goddamn insurrection about the shit and make you think your vote didn't count. Yeah. So why would you vote?
Didn't say it was Fox said it wasn't an insurrection. It was a dust up.
A dust up.
That's what Fox said.
It was a dust up. You couldn't get 100 black people to go to the South Carolina State House and get on the top step at the same time. Yeah. These people went out there with weapons and zip ties and tear gas and hurt the fucking police. The mighty, this is what we stand for, law and order. Y'all fucked up and killed police out there. But you didn't do shit wrong.
And the crazy thing is, like, if it would have went reverse, they would have been like, all of them need to be locked up. Like everything was
they would have put one big machine gun. Thank you. One big machine gun on the front steps, and they'd have laid motherfuckers down like blankets.
That's why I still be shaking my head about Dylan Ruth. That's his name, Dylan Ruth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Dylan Ruth.
Cheers. We got him. Shoot that son of a bitch. If he can go in the church, have praise and worship, then turn around and shooting people in the church, you think, oh yeah, we got him. He would have never made it to jail. I'm sorry.
Dylan Ruth.
Wasting
George Zimmerman.
his money.
Like it's certain situations where and I'm gonna give it up to C. Hess. He always is a staunch contributor. He always got good information. I don't advocate for violence and shit, man. But also, I don't understand how Dylan Ruth is just kind of chilling in jail. I don't understand how George Zimmerman, though he don't go no motherfucking where. That's what you don't know. He living in a prison. But how George Zimmerman died, or how he's still alive. Mm-hmm. Looking at the George Floyd shit, I don't know if I could have just stood there, cuz it's like we all big and bad in our neighborhood to each other, but when The system does something fucked up to us. We don't do shit. Stop telling me you a gangster and you around shit like this and you don't put your fucking life on the line for that. You'll put your life on the line for a bag of crack or a fucking block that don't give a fuck about you and stand there and watch somebody that look like you die at the hands of some bullshit. That shit right there, like, that's enough for me. That's enough for me. Don't tell me how gangster you are no more when we got real shit that go on and you ain't about that life.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a popular decision. I mean, that's what it
None
comes
of it's
down
a popular decision.
No, selling drugs is popular. Selling drugs is a popular decision right now. That's why everybody's selling drugs.
Okay.
For the drug dealers, it's a popular decision for the drug dealers. As far as they're helping their community in that way, it's not a popular decision.
Man, let me tell you, these that new generation drug dealers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
When our parents been back in the days, and some of the people said, "Oh, it was fight the power."
Right.
That's why we have the freedom to be walking and speaking so eloquently, going in the store and getting our crabs and lobster and shrimp and chicken and pork chop. That's why, because they had to get gangster.
Yeah, and we still, and what Kanye say, even in a Benz, you still a nigga. Shit.
Holla.
Well, we at our last call, man. I don't want to get like I done went from sleep to raging and all kind of other shit. I don't know. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. I gotta do something with this energy. But this is the last call, man. It's been a crazy conversation. We kind of touched a lot of things. What's your final thought or your final call, your last call, Meek?
Well, my final call, we got to get better. We have to do better as a people and as a nation.
Indeed. Carolina, what you got for the people?
We got to reevaluate what we value. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, my final call is love the ones who love you. And I say that all the time, man. Stop riffing with people. Stop beefing with people about some shit from the 90s and the 2000s. Life is short. You got to love people, man. They'll be the ones to save your life. Outside of that, be responsible for the shit that you're responsible for. And don't be a witness. Don't just stand there and be idle in the presence of evil. That's it for me, man. Look, I appreciate y'all tuning in. This is the Bottom of the Bottle podcast. We appreciate you for joining us, Meek. And outside of that, man, we gone. Y'all be easy.
All right, you too.